Welcome everyone to another episode of Doki Blue Skies. Max and I are playing episode 4, I think at this point. So, let's see. When was the last time we left off? Oh, we were gonna discuss the second round of poems.
Yeah.
Alright. So who should we show our new poem to first? Should we do the old order? Or maybe...
We went bottom to top last time.
Yeah.
So, let's go
How about top to bottom?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds good.
We're on the same page. Ooh.
Yep.
I really like this one, Main Kara.
Better than yesterday's, huh?
Let me see. Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both.
That's not very helpful, you know.
Sorry. I'm probably not the best person to get feedback from. Monica once told me it's impossible to really rate a poem because they're so subjective. So I just judge poems through my heart. I guess I look for how the poem makes me feel. I hope that helps.
Sort of. I guess some feedback is better than no feedback, right?
Right. Speaking of feedback, do you want to read my poem now?
Sure.
Alright. Oh, I
wonder if this one's going to be
I think it's new.
different.
It looks different.
I
don't think she talked about bottles.
Nope.
Okay.
She did.
Really? Oh. Maybe,
Yeah.
Okay. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. That doesn't sound familiar to me, though. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way, down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. And my empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. I guess that was...
Yeah.
I guess it's the same, but it feels like the words are different somehow.
I think it's the same one, because I remember that's why you later get a picture in the files called Happy Thoughts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess you're just talking about happy thoughts.
It was because of this poem.
Alright. Well, let's click out of the poem.
Wow, sorry. I didn't expect this at all. Did you really write this?
Of course I did. Remember, I said I'd write the best poem ever yesterday. Well, here it is. After all, Monica has taught me a lot. I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
So, that's what this poem is about?
I suppose that much was obvious. Unlike Yuri's or Monica's poems, Sayori's are relatively simple to figure out.
So, if I've interpreted this correctly, you're basically saying you're basically doing everything you can to keep your friends happy?
Yay, you got it! I really enjoyed writing this one. Just getting your thoughts out onto paper and turning them into a poem, it's like magic.
Well, I think it's amazing. You should be really proud of it.
I don't think the main character, referenced her poem either. Like he's really, proud of her.
No. Yeah, he was oblivious in the original.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, nothing's wrong with her. She's just cheerful as always.
Yep. Even though it's obvious she's not.
Yeah. Thank you, main Kara. That means a lot. I didn't think it was that good, though.
Nah, it's great, seriously.
I can't help but notice that the latter half of the poem isn't quite as cheery. Yep, he's more observant. In fact, it's somewhat alarming. A very dark contrast from the cheeriness I'm so used to with Sayori.
Although, maybe I'm looking into this a little too much, but the end of the poem is pretty dark. And you said you've been in touch with your feelings recently, so I'm just checking. Is everything okay?
Thank you! Thank you, main Kara. Of course, silly.
Dang it. Sayori.
I forgot to tell you. I really like writing about bittersweet stuff. Stuff that isn't just happy or just sad. A mixture of the two. And this poem shows what I mean. It's just my writing style.
Okay. That makes sense, I guess. Well, either way, I'm glad you're enjoying writing so much. I hope you keep it up. Good to have a hobby. In the original game, he was like, I don't think she's even gonna last a week with writing. Original main character is such a jerk.
I know.
Sorry.
It's so refreshing, in this mod. Of course, and hopefully you'll also stick with it. So I look forward to seeing all the poems you write in the future. Well, no guarantees there, but just from seeing the passion in Sayori's eyes, it's hard to be pessimistic. I liked that exchange. It was really sweet.
Yeah.
Alright, let's
Very.
see.
A lot sweeter than the original.
Natsuki's not happy because we wrote another poem from Yuri.
Oh, it's better than your last one. But I still don't like it. It's trying too hard to be serious.
Huh? What do you mean?
Poems don't need cryptic and deep sounding to be good.
Or, I think there's a word missing there. It's like, they don't need to
Yeah.
be cryptic. Or they don't need cryptic and deep sounding
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
It'll just sound super dumb if you don't suck at it.
Ouch.
Honestly, don't try to write like this until you're on Yuri's level.
Oh, she admits she likes Yuri's writing.
Or that she has a level. Natsuki pauses, as if she just realized something. Oh no, I gave Yuri a compliment!
Oh, don't tell me.
Huh?
You're just writing this to impress Yuri, aren't you?
I thought you liked me! What? No, I'm just trying to impress anybody. I'm just writing.
Yeah, writing exactly how Yuri would write. She would love crap like this. You know what? No.
Natsuki shoves my poem back at me.
I don't want to do this with you anymore.
Oh, do we not get to read Natsuki's?
If you wrote a poem for someone else, don't show it to me.
She just doesn't
Sorry
want
about
to write poems. She doesn't want to read your poems if they're about Yuri.
Oh, that's fair.
Well, that just happened. I guess this was destined to happen. I never really understood what Natsuki tries to get out of me. At least she wasn't the girl I was trying to impress. No, we don't get our poem.
Fair.
Dang.
Ah, that sucks. Oh well. Yuri it is.
Alright. Hope she likes it. Let's see what you've written for today. Ooh. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face.
Do you like it?
Main Kara, I'm stunned. How is it possible that you're already this skilled at writing? It was but a day ago that I was trying to give you advice, and now you've already seemed to master it.
Perhaps you're a good teacher. I really took your advice to heart and tried to compose a great piece with that in mind.
Yuri visibly swallows. Gulp. She coils a slender lock of her hair around her finger, twiddling it nervously. You thought of me?
Sorry, is that weird?
No, how do I word this?
It's fine, take your time.
Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. I'm not used to this sort of thing. Having someone value my opinion like that. I know it might sound foolish, but the fact that I was able to inspire you is incredibly humbling. And I suppose, in a way, it just makes me really happy.
Aww. Wait, surely you've shared your writing with others before, right? Bro, it was established up top she never did.
Aw. Yuri shakes her head.
Seriously? You're really talented, so I would have thought you'd have shown your writing to others.
I primarily write for myself. And besides, I highly doubt people would seriously enjoy my writing.
Do you really think that?
Yuri nods solemnly.
You really haven't shared it with anyone else? Not even your close friends? Oof.
Thanks for reminding me that I don't have friends. Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why.
Okay, maybe this guy is as dense as the original main character.
At least he's more sympathetic.
Anyway. Yeah, that's true. Could I look at your poem now?
Yeah. Yes, of course. If you really want to see it, that is. Alright. So, what does this say? Resist. A whimsical, tiny cerise friend? I don't know what that is. Sleeps along my amber bookend. I'm guessing cerise is a color? Because there's an amber bookend.
Yes. A bright or deep red color.
Oh, so red and yellow. Dreaming about a sanguine day, where mirrored, slender lampposts play. Oh, she brought up the lampposts.
Oh, yeah.
Callback. She beckons me, her hand extends, piercing pupils readily rend, as azure channels bend and twist, cautiously held above the wrists. However, she finds her advances shunned, always crackling, always stunned, never able to draw the lance across my arms she's never danced. I feel like this is in reference to cutting. Perhaps it would be for the best if I laid her down to rest, whilst I haven't given in to painful pleading from within. I think that it might be smart to save the song of fumbling hearts, lest tears make me dizzily fall and answer her virulent call. Wow.
So she's basically saying she wants to cut, but she doesn't because she knows it's bad.
Yeah, she wants to resist. Maybe be higher than that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Pretty fancy.
Interesting.
I mean, it's reminiscent of her old poems, but still.
Yeah. I think part of it might be that, like, since Monica isn't interfering with the script at all, like, these attributes of theirs aren't being amplified.
Yeah.
Like, Sayori might not actually be that depressed. She probably still is, but,
Yeah.
like, it's not to the point of wanting to kill herself.
Right. So she's depressed, but not suicidal.
Yeah. And then Yuri, thinks about self-harming, but doesn't actually do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or, like, she's done it, but she's trying to get out of that.
Yeah, could be that as well.
I felt a bit guilty after yesterday's argument with Natsuki. I wanted to experiment with my style a bit more. Hopefully it's not too confusing.
No, it's fine. Even if it's a bit more involved than yesterday's, I still like it. I'm noticing a lot more symbolism as well.
I don't want to assume anything, but the tone of this poem, I'm not sure how to describe it. Yes, I really wanted to test my abilities in creative expression. I didn't go too far, did I?
No, it's really good. I just don't know if I'm good enough at this to deduce the meaning.
Oh, he admits to being a little slow on the uptake.
Yeah.
If I had to explain it, I'd say it's about a closely guarded secret. I imagine everyone has a little something like that. Something they're forced to keep to themselves for fear of ridicule. It's nice to be able to write about that sort of thing every now and then.
If it's something you enjoy doing, shouldn't you write about it more?
Tricky. Well, it's not that simple. It's something I'm uncomfortable talking about. I'm not sure people would understand. If anyone were to find out about it...
Well, I guess as long as it's not hurting anyone, people shouldn't pry.
It's hurting her, though.
Yeah,
Do you think so? Sorry, I just was thinking of something. So I guess she's wondering if it hurts people, am I included in the people? It's a good point, though.
Yeah.
The best I can do is try to embrace my own weirdness, right? Otherwise, I think I'd hate myself. Sorry to keep you so long.
Oh, she said that about her raccoon poem.
Oh, yeah. True. Thank you for allowing me to ramble. There aren't many people in this world like you, main Kara. When I share my writing with you, I feel like you genuinely care about what I have to say. It's nice having someone who listens.
That might be a bit much to say, wouldn't it?
It's just, I'm not really used to it. I rarely feel comfortable about my writing, let alone with the idea of sharing it. But with you, it just feels so easy. It's nice. Thank you for helping me with that, main Kara.
It's nothing, really.
Yuri shows me a genuine smile. A newfound sense of self-confidence seems to sparkle behind her eyes, if only just for a moment. Alright, Monica last.
Monica time!
Hi again, main Kara. I'm trusting that the club's been doing you well.
Same answer as yesterday.
That's nice to hear. So, how's the writing going?
Alright, I guess.
Just alright,
No, I guess I should say that it's revolutionized my world and brought color into my previously lifeless life.
Well, I say that, but the club, if not the poetry, really has made my days more interesting. Okay, candid with the sarcasm, mister. At least you're not hating it, though, right?
Nah, it's been an interesting experience, at least. Gives me a new hobby to do.
I'm happy that you're applying yourself, at least. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece.
I wouldn't count on that.
You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today?
Sure, here you go.
I give my poem to Monica. Wait. Is this your poem? That's interesting.
No, I think this is supposed to be Monica's and they messed up a little bit.
Huh. Yeah.
I guess they just forgot.
Yeah. Because she was talking about, it's like, how is your writing? And it's like, okay, well, whatever. Pressurized.
Yeah.
I float there, in vast, hollow emptiness, large but small, grandiose and overwhelming, yet a dust mote, drifting, meandering, carried along, in endless void. But then I realize, my eyes open, bloodshot, my mouth opens, gasping for breath in this crushing, suppressing, restraining, boundless, everlasting, suffocating vacuum of torment. Atmosphere, Pascal, Tor, screaming with no mouth, stretching, restraining, unrelenting, clawing with no nails, disintegrating in a suffocating poem of absence. Interesting.
Okay then.
Wow.
That was something.
It was.
It's even more abstract than your last one, huh?
I guess they exchanged poems, so I don't know.
That must be it. Really free form, too, if that's what you call it.
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. The other girls don't do this stuff nearly as much as you, at least.
Yeah. You could say that they're a bit more traditional when it comes to their structure. But I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. It fragments everything and leaves a dissonant tone with the reader. That it does.
I see. I guess there's a lot of things you can do with poetry.
Definitely. Poetry is very much an art form. You're meant to craft poems using never-before-seen combinations of words to interpret the world around you.
You really love poetry, huh? Maybe you should write a poem about poetry someday.
Haha, that's not a bad idea.
Anyway, it's still hard for me to tell what your poem's about.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? Now, we've all had to experience that at this point with the poetry discussions and all. But it can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. If you find other people who enjoy writing, though, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and will make you want to continue improving. Yeah, it definitely is more helpful getting real criticism and feedback rather than just empty words. I guess I've really hit the mother lode with the literature club. that's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay. And that was the poetry readings.
Yeah.
Let's continue the scene. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? Actually, Natsuki and I haven't shared yet. Uh-oh, I can feel a storm coming on. Yuri hesitates, approaching Natsuki, who isn't meeting her eyes. Is she still angry with Yuri? It would be out of character for her to be. Although judging by Monika and Sayori's anxious expressions, I feel like something else is amiss. So, Natsuki, if I may...
Irk,
Huh?
how about we do this tomorrow instead?
Did Natsuki not write a poem?
I'm not, feeling well.
Oh.
It's my time of the month.
Oh, that's an
All right,
interesting
then.
excuse. I can practically see Monika internally face-palming. Yes. Natsuki must have forgotten that the club isn't all girls anymore, and Sayori just looks embarrassed.
No, you'll be fine. Main character will be fine.
Ah, is that so? I'm sorry, you must feel absolutely terrible if you can't even share your poem today.
You don't need to apologize, it's not your fault. I can definitely share tomorrow.
Ah. Well, even if you aren't well enough to share your own poem, would you like to see mine? Aw. They're trying to be friends. I, wrote it thinking of our argument the other day. I suppose that I wanted to show you that I'm more open-minded than I may have appeared. As a way of repenting. I know that it's not much, but hopefully this can contribute to a reconciliation between us. Although we may have our disagreements, I would like to consider you a friend. And friends forgive each other. Ooh, I'm sorry if that's presumptuous of me to say.
No, it's not presumptuous of you to say that. Because I'd like to consider you a friend too.
Aww, yay.
So you can hand over that poem then.
With a shy smile, Yuri hands the sheet of paper in her hands over to Natsuki. As Natsuki reads the poem, her eyes widen.
You're writing using rhyme and stuff, like me?
You could say that you convinced me to practice adding more lyricism to my poetry. Natsuki looks like she's speechless for once.
Thanks, Yuri. It's awesome.
She likes it. There's really no need to thank me.
Well, I'm really glad that I got to know you.
Huh.
And I'll definitely have something that'll knock your socks off tomorrow.
Then I'll be looking forward to that. I do hope that you feel better as well, so that you could share your work with me then.
Yeah, of course.
That was a crisis and a half avoided. I'm really glad that Natsuki and Yuri worked things out, and it seems that Monika and Sayori feel the same way. It's good to see everyone getting along. Now that we are done sharing, though, I have something to discuss with you all. There's a great opportunity for expanding the club that's coming up.
Is this about the festival?
You could say that.
Do we really have to do something? It's only in a few days, so it's not like we'll be able to come up with anything good.
Oh. Yes, that's something I'm concerned about as well. With such little time left to prepare, I doubt we'll be able to put together anything good enough to attract new members.
Just end up embarrassing ourselves.
Oh, don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Nothing more than a few decorations. I can design some pamphlets to hand out at the event, and Sayori made posters to put up around the school.
Okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to put on a poetry performance.
A what?
Monica! Everyone's going to choose one poem to recite out loud. It doesn't have to be written by you, as long as you put your heart into the recitation. Although, of course, it'd be great if you could show off your own work. And the cool part is, we're going to let anyone else come up and recite their poems too. Yeah, I put the thing on the posters that says, "Bring your own poems." It's gonna be so cool! Sayori pulls a poster out of her bag and holds it up for us to see.
Are you kidding me, Monica? Don't tell me you started putting those posters up already.
She did. Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
Well, you didn't even ask us before you started advertising. We never agreed to stand up in front of a bunch of random people and perform our poems.
I agree with Natsuki. A phrase she never thought she would say. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys? Yes, let's please calm down and take a moment to think about it. I understand that you two haven't had much experience sharing your poems out loud. In fact, we all haven't done that much. But I still think we should try our best. Look around. Monica motions to all of us. We're all here because we have passion for literature and this club. Don't you want to share that passion with other people? To inspire them to pursue their inner writer? Yeah! It's all about exploring yourself and trying new things, all while having fun! Monica and I nod our heads in agreement. Natsuki and Yuri, on the other hand, remain silent. Guess that means it's my turn to say something.
I mean, I don't think that's that much to ask. As Monica said, we're all here because we care about the club and we want to see it flourish. And if all that means is a 2-minute poetry performance, then I think we can manage.
Sayori and Monica's faces light up as I finish speaking.
It isn't like we don't care about the club. It's just... Do we really have to perform? You know how hard it is to get new members. It's because people are just narrow-minded jerks. They don't even give literature a chance. Who's to say this festival will be any different?
I'm inclined to agree with Natsuki. I'm sorry, Monica. I know how much you want to do this, but I just can't imagine performing in front of a crowd of strangers. Well, at least Yuri and Natsuki have proven they can agree on something. Monica sighs, her eyes closed as she rubs her temples. Look, guys, I know you're anxious. I understand that, I really do. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous myself. After all, it's my club, so people are going to judge me the most if our performance doesn't go well. Natsuki, if it makes you feel any better, a few of my friends will be coming along. They're loving people. They're lovely people. They won't judge you for your tastes. I've known them for a few years. Trust me. Natsuki huffs, turning away. She doesn't look particularly convinced. And Yuri, I know it's a scary thought, but I've thought of a way to ease you into it. Why don't we start by practicing our poems to each other in the club?
Hey.
Monica! This is too sudden! Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? But...
I don't expect you to either.
Monica, There's just gotta be something else we can do.
Yuri nods vigorously at Natsuki's words, anxiety written all over her face. But guys... Oh, she's gonna cry. No, Sayori, it's okay. If you guys really think we can do better than a poetry performance, then I'll gladly go along with an alternative. So, any ideas? Just got him there. An awkward silence fills the room. We all glance at each other anxiously before Sayori finally speaks up. Ooh! We could... Sayori stops and thinks to herself for a minute. Wait, no. Never mind. That wouldn't work. Once again, the room falls silent. Well then, I guess we can't come up with something different after all. Monica laughs, attempting to ease the tension in the room. I know you guys might not be the most on board with this idea, but I think it's our best option. Please, guys? Please?
Can you stop pressuring us?
I'm honestly surprised Natsuki is putting up such a resistance. I knew she was a little hot-headed, but even still. I'm not pressuring you, Natsuki! Both of them have raised their voices. Yuri looks a little startled, and Sayori looks anxious to intervene. Guys, please, there's no need to get angry. Can't we just discuss this normally? Monica reflects on Sayori's words, looking a little ashamed of her outburst. Aw, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to raise my voice. It's just, this festival is important to me, that's all. Ever since I created this club, I've always wanted to show other people. Natsuki, Yuri, I imagine you were both a little apprehensive when main Kara joined, right? After all, he was an unfamiliar face. She smiles warmly at me. But look, he's integrating really well. He's made the efforts to get to know us and our individual writing styles. She turns to Yuri. And Yuri, remember at the start when he asked you for book recommendation? Yuri nods, and Monica shoots her a knowing smile. Must have been lovely being able to share a book you're so passionate about with a new person, right? Yes, it was enjoyable discussing it with you, main Kara. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's you. Finally.
Yeah, likewise. It isn't something I normally read, so without you, it would have gone unnoticed.
See, guys? Maybe we'll find more people who are just as into horror, Yuri. More like-minded people. Now come on, tell me that isn't an appealing idea. Yes, of course, but really, my biggest issue is with the actual performance aspect of the festival. Well, like I said, I know it's a scary thought, performing in front of a bunch of strangers. But trust me when I say, I have full faith in you. All of you. Your poems are amazing, guys. I just know people will love it. It's almost criminal not to show them off. So what do you think, guys? For me? For us? Oops, nope. Sorry.
Ugh, fine.
Got rid of these.
No,
Yeah.
she just said, "Ugh, fine."
Yeah.
Ugh, fine. I still don't think this is a good idea, but fine. I'll do it. Just stop guilt-tripping us.
Yeah, Monica's a major guilt trip.
Yeah, but...
Thanks, Natsuki. And you, Yuri? Yuri nervously glances at each of our expectant faces. But Monica, what if people start, being inconsiderate and disturb us? Or laugh? I'm not surprised Yuri is worried about this. Oh, don't you worry. If anyone steps out of line, I'll put a swift stop to that. She has a stern glint in her eye, and I have to repress a shiver. I'm glad she's with us. Yup.
Yeah.
Yuri looks somewhat relieved, but it's clear she's still worried. She swallows and nods. I suppose I don't really have a choice, do I? I shake my head. Okay, I'll do it. Yay! That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri! This club is seriously going to be the death of me. I hope not.
Don't say that.
I know you'll do great, Yuri. Just trust me. But anyway, let's move back on to the main event. While we have time, I want each of you to choose a poem of yours to practice reciting in front of each other. Yuri and Natsuki exchange uneasy glances, but don't say anything. Don't worry, I'll go first so everyone feels a little more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebook, searching for a specific poem. Ah, here we are. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. Her eyes move across the page, in sync with her lips. Every word has the perfect amount of emotion put behind it, making the poem almost come to life. Her inflection is extraordinary. I'm impressed, and judging by a quick glance around me, so is everyone else. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Even Natsuki's once sour attitude is replaced by awe. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
Yay! That was so good, Monica!
Haha, thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori?
Yep.
Sayori jumps up from her chair and takes Monica's place at the front of the room. Whew, this is a lot of reading for me.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. This poem is called,
how did you do it so easily, Monica?
well, try to imagine you're alone, like you're reciting it to yourself. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way.
Oh, I think I get it.
Sayori nods to herself.
Anyway, this poem's called My Meadow.
Sayori begins reciting her poem. It seems as if her soft voice is a perfect match. As for the poem itself, it has a similar tone when compared to her other ones. It's peaceful, yet somber at the same time. Bittersweet, you could call it. Hearing the poem in Sayori's voice almost gives it an entirely new meaning. I think this is what Sayori means when she says she likes my poems. It's like seeing a whole new side of someone you thought you knew completely. Sayori finishes and we all applaud.
I did it!
Yep, good job. Sayori beams as she walks back to her seat. So, who'd like to go next? Natsuki, Yuri, and I all look at each other nervously. I open my mouth, but Yuri beats me to the punch. I'll go! Nice! Thanks for showing initiative, Yuri. Yes. Yuri rushes over to the podium, clutching a sheet of paper in her hands. This poem is called, Yuri freezes as she looks up at us.
You can do it, Yuri!
It's called Afterimage of a Crimson Eye. Yuri begins to recite her poem. Her voice is shaky at first, but the more she reads, the more confident she becomes. It's similar to what happens when she gets absorbed in her books. The shy and apprehensive Yuri I'm used to is replaced by a fierce and confident woman. The poem itself is like a maze in its structure, with twists and turns every line. But Yuri is unfazed and enunciates each word with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. Monica's the first to start applauding. Sheepishly, I follow along, and soon the club room is filled with the sound of applause. Yuri ducks her head in embarrassment, a shy smile creeping over her face. Yuri, that was really good! Like I said, you don't have anything to worry about. Thank you for sharing. Thanks. Guess Yuri's done for the day. So, who'd like to go next? Natsuki?
Why should I go before main Kara? It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Kara lower everyone's standards before I go.
Ooh, that's a burn.
You harsh broad, bro.
Natsuki! Monica hastens to chastise her, shooting me a sympathizing look. That was kind of rude, don't you think? You should apologize to main Kara. Natsuki's face turns red as the girls all turn to look at her. I decide to spare Natsuki from the embarrassment.
Hey, it's really no big deal. I'll end up going at some point anyway, might as well do it now. Thing is, I don't have much of a selection to choose from. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today.
I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I take a deep breath. In my head, I repeat to myself the advice Monica gave to Sayori. Try to imagine you're alone, like you're reciting it to yourself. Alone. My house is the first thing that comes to mind when I think of being alone. Oh, finally, some character development. The scene rapidly develops in my head.
It kind of hurts, though.
Yeah, like I'm recalling a recent memory. I'm sitting alone at my desk. The dim light hanging from the ceiling gives a warmth to the room. The music stopped. In front of me is the poem I had just finished, the ink from my pen still fresh on the page. I pick up the notebook and begin reciting it out loud. While I'm not the most confident in it, I still try and put energy into it. I can almost hear my voice echoing off my bedroom walls. As I finish, the sound of applause pulls me out of my daydream. I'm back in the clubroom, standing at the podium while the girls politely applaud my performance. That was good, main Kara.
I guess.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. I don't think it's your writing abilities, but rather your lack of confidence that weighs you down. That's something that'll improve over time, though, so don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Man, now he doesn't seem very confident.
Yeah.
Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah. I'm going.
Oh, as she says this, Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
This poem is called... It's called... Stop looking at me!
But you're presenting.
That's an interesting name for a poem.
True.
Proof.
This poem is called Stop Looking at Me!
You don't have to stare straight into my soul, though.
Monica does have that effect, sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially in the original when
Yes.
she's facing forward at you.
Uh-huh. She takes a moment to compose herself.
Anyway, the poem is called Jump by Van Halen.
Natsuki takes a breath. While her voice is unenthusiastic, the poem has a surprising amount of energy to it. The rhymes tie into each other seamlessly, creating a flow that moves the poem along at a brisk pace. The words seem to bounce up and down with the rhythm, seemingly making the poem come to life. It's Natsuki's signature style, and it works exceptionally well when read out loud. She quickly finishes and huffs as she makes her way back to her seat while we applaud her. That wasn't so bad, was it? She stares at her poem blankly for a second before replying.
Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again.
Well, that's what we're going to be doing at the festival, so... Do you at least feel confident enough to do it in front of a crowd?
I guess. Not like there's any other choice. And I guess it'll be easier doing it in front of other people. I can just put on whatever face I want with strangers. I don't care what they think about me. and it's just my friends. It's just embarrassing.
So she's got issues with, like, opening up to people.
For sure.
But I still hate the idea that we have to perform.
She mutters that last sentence under her breath. The others probably didn't even hear it. Yep, don't make Natsuki do something she doesn't want to do. I knew Natsuki was stubborn, but this is a whole other level. However, it does look like she's going along with the idea of performing for the festival. Well, at least for now, since she's basically outvoted and can't come up with another idea anyway.
Really? That's a surprise. For me, it's the other way around. Having all those people looking at you, judging you? I don't like to think about it.
I can relate to that. Yuri murmurs quietly. The thought of so many eyes observing your every move all at once. She trails off, shaking her head.
Just how it is, so...
Natsuki sighs in frustration. Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. Speaking of which, I want to thank all of you for performing. It might be difficult, but now that we have a general idea of what it'll be like, we'll be able to prepare ourselves. Make sure you pick out a poem and show it to me by tomorrow, okay? I'll need to know so I can make the pamphlets over the weekend. I should probably find a different poem to recite.
I know you'd prefer if we used our own poetry, but I'm probably going to pick a poem from a poet I like or something.
Whatever makes you feel comfortable, Main Kara. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this effort into the club.
Low expectations, huh?
More like any effort put in makes me happy in general. Monica smiles at me, and then turns to smile to everyone else. That goes for everyone here. Thanks for going along with these last-minute plans. Anyway, I think that about does it for today. Let's still try and write poems for tomorrow, okay? I know the festival's coming up, but it's been working out nicely for the past few days, and I'd like it to continue. Tomorrow we'll finalize who's doing what for the festival, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Remember, we have till Monday.
It'll be so much fun! I can't wait!
We all stand up, packing away our things. However, Monica's voice stops us. Oh, and guys... She pauses, twirling a strand of hair in her hand. This club truly does mean so much to me, and I really appreciate what you're willing to do for it. You guys are the best. In typical fashion, Natsuki just rolls her eyes. Yuri smiles timidly, while Sayori wears a hearty smile.
Let's just get it over with. I hope we don't regret this.
That's okay, Monica. Nothing to thank us for. We really appreciate what you've made for us. I can't help but catch Yuri muttering under her breath after she says this. I wish I didn't have to read for the club. Oh my god. I can do this. I can do this. Okay, just muttering that. Okay.
Yeah, I love it here. We'll get to spread this cozy little place to other people.
Yeah, it's all good, Monica. Alright.
I stand up and grab my bag. While I'm certainly not as enthusiastic as Monica or Sayori about the festival, if I can pull that little daydream stunt again, I think I'll be alright. It's for the sake of the club. Not to mention impressing the girls. Once I'm fully packed up, I walk over to Sayori.
Ready to go?
Yep.
Jeez, don't you guys ever get tired of always walking home with Maid Kara, Sayori?
Huh?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, don't mind her. You guys are more adorable than anything.
Alright. No need to make such a big deal out of it.
It must be a little nice, though.
Yeah, I guess. Ah, jeez. Let's just go already, Sayori.
Okay.
Hopefully we're out of there. The two of us begin to walk home.
That was awkward.
A lot has changed in the past few days. Lost in thought, spelled foe, I don't even notice how quiet Sayori's being until we're almost back home.
There's a lot going on in the club now, eh? I bet you're thinking about all your new vice president duties that you'll have to deal with when the club grows bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Anything specific on your mind?
Not really. Sorry, did you want to talk?
I mean, we don't have to if you're thinking about stuff.
No, it's nice talking to you. I was thinking about something from earlier. It's nice that we, never mind, it's nothing.
You're sounding a little like Yuri right now.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I just have a question for you, main Kara.
What's up?
Sayori clears her throat before speaking.
So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you.
Huh?
What would you do?
What kind of question is that? Kinda putting me on the spot here.
Oh, well. What do we do?
I don't know!
I'm gonna save. Just in case.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a choice to save. Well, we aren't going for Yuri, but it's so sweet to walk with Sayori.
Well, I feel like at some point, since this clearly extends beyond the festival and nobody's gonna die, hopefully.
Yeah. Hope.
I feel like at some point Yuri might actually ask to walk home with us.
Yeah. Or go on a date, hopefully. Like, besides preparing for the festival and stuff.
So, like, if we say we walk home with Sayori and then reject Yuri later, that's gonna hurt with Yuri.
Yeah.
But if we go with Yuri after saying we would walk with Sayori, then it's gonna hurt Sayori even more.
I mean, she might as well know it now.
Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Still be friends, I hope.
I say I would walk home with Yuri. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're planning on, right?
Yeah.
Walking home with Yuri, huh?
Why does the thought of that makes my heart pound?
I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so...
Isn't she so beautiful and smart?
That has nothing to do with what I just said.
You admitted it!
No, he didn't.
Jeez. Well, he he didn't decline it, so that's kind
Yeah.
of like admitting it.
I guess.
There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen.
Aw. Well, maybe.
Ouch.
But I just like to think about it. Don't you think that maybe she'd be more fun to walk home with?
Oh no, don't ask that! I'm
No.
proud. Where did this come from?
What? I mean, it could be interesting, I guess. But even if I did walk with her, it's not like she'd be replacing you or anything.
Aw.
Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you.
I hope you remember, Sayori, that you are loved. You're a precious girl.
Yes, please.
If you say so.
The conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Sayori and I part ways without saying another word. I reach my house and open the door.
Ouch.
Ah, back in his kitchen.
I'm home.
No response.
I'm alone. phone as usual.
That's a funny thing to walk home is like,
Hmm.
hey, I'm alone.
Yeah.
I mumble that part to
Oh,
myself.
he mumbled it.
Talking to myself as if I'm the protagonist of a manga or game. I must be going stir crazy. That's good. Mom is still out on her business trip. She's never home anymore. I miss her. But I don't blame her for anything. It's hard enough providing for yourself, let alone a kid. Since I'm alone, I decide to make an instant meal for dinner. Digging through my cabinets, I find some old soup cups.
Miso soup sounds good.
I unwrap the packaging, pour in some water, and place the meal in the microwave. While it cooks, my mind wanders back to my performance earlier. That daydream was so vivid, so realistic. Can I really pull off that performance again, but this time in front of a crowd? It wasn't even that great in the first place. Just doing it in front of the girls was nerve-wracking. Guess I'm not really used to being around people again. Maybe that's it. Thinking about it, I guess I've kind of been subconsciously isolating myself from people ever since the divorce. Nice. I like this introspection. Before it even, in some cases. I wonder when I started shunning myself. Maybe that's part of why Sayori and I drifted apart over the past few years. It wasn't intentional or anything, it just happened. At least I don't think it was intentional. But I'm glad I got to reconnect with her in the literature club. I just noticed how sad the music sounds, too.
Yeah, I can barely hear it, but what is coming through does sound pretty morose.
It's given me something to do, something to look forward to that isn't anime or video games. Talking with the girls has made me feel more appreciated. It's a nice feeling, something that's been missing from me ever since the divorce. Maybe that's why Sayori likes walking home with me. It makes her feel appreciated.
Sayori.
The more I think about it, the more concerned for her I get. She said some pretty weird stuff. But I guess people just have their off days. Maybe she's just changed a little bit over the years. Pretty normal, right? I'd like to think I'd be able to tell if something was up with her, although given our recent distance, I'm not so sure. Sure, we've started talking again, but there's a lot of lost time. Maybe that'll change and we'll go back to how we used to. Beep. I hope. Alright. And
Did he microwave a can?
I think it's a cup. Miso soup.
Oh, okay.
Instant. I like instant ramen better.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Alright.
I have actually never had instant ramen.
No way! I mean, I have the one in the package more than the cup, but yeah. Ramen's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I should have tried it during college, because like that's part of the college experience, but I was mostly subsisting off of mac and cheese.
I see. Well, I like to make ramen with like all kinds of leftover vegetables and stuff. But it's awesome.
Oh, that sounds good.
Let's see. Let's make a poem, and then I think we're done for the day.
Okie dokie.
Let's see. Shame. No! I didn't want Sayori to be ashamed.
Determination. Determination is definitely Yuri. I have that one memorized.
Yeah. Essence.
Disarray.
Oh, yeah.
Or essence.
Wait.
Judgment?
Yeah. Infallible.
Yeah. Mausoleum.
Abstract.
Yeah. Unending.
Contamination.
Question?
Yeah, that's
or
good.
analysis.
Well,
that
that's
also
a
works.
question.
Yeah.
Inferno.
Infinite. Inferno. Destiny.
Oh yeah, definitely. Meager? Yeah.
Uncontrollable.
Extreme.
Yeah. Vivid?
Yeah. Whisper. Oh, I didn't think Massacre would jump to that.
Oh, Massacre.
Yes. And one more. Unrestrained. And last one.
And Misfortune.
Oh no, Sayori!
Damn it. Ah.
Okay.
We came really close, though. We'll
Yeah.
save here.
Yes. My thoughts exactly. So thank you guys for
Yeet.
watching, and thank you, Max, for joining me in this. This was a very interesting episode.
Of course. Oh, this game is so much longer than the original.
It is. I'm kind of surprised, and it's still it's remaining pretty close to the formula. I was expecting a little more variety.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's not much more variety, but it's a lot more depth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they're stuffing more into it and more character, especially with the main character.
Yeah. That's a little more surprising to me.
Yeah. But it's nice, and I hope that the rest of the game goes well. I think it's like one more day of sharing poems, and then we get assigned like our jobs for the festival, and hopefully the festival time will come around and nothing will happen.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Well, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Leave a comment if you did, and make sure to subscribe so you can see us next time on Doki Doki Blue Skies.
Yeah.
Alright, see you next
Bye,
time.
everyone. Cool.